Good afternoon. The time is 12:22 and 11 seconds. 12:22 and 11 seconds. 4-T, the century, golden pursuit of truth. Unconditional divine love flows out as the solar white wizard on the 15th of June 2026 afternoon. Esteemed ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. And all you newbies out there, if you're unaware what's going on, I suggest you come up to Godspeed, start looking into my archives and start hitting those likes and subscribe, because the algorithms will make our progression more momentum. And congratulations for waking up, everybody that's woken up to what this evilness has been doing in the Western governments. But let's concentrate here on our Australian government, and you can see what dirty tricks they do now, because they're tricksters and liars. And fire the liar. That's a pretty good saying, that one, isn't it? But I'd just say, your pants are on fire. Liar, liar, your pants are on fire. And as I say, everybody hates a liar. Stop. You don't say something and then do the opposite and start lying about it. And if you're going to tell lies, well, be honest about it. Turn around and say, oh, look, unfortunately, I can't do this or I can't do that. But that's a lot of bull dust too, because, as I say, as a newbie here, if the government wanted to fix things, it would have fixed it already. And all I see in our government, since I've been in this rebirth, and the last 61 years I've been here, and probably enjoyed myself up until the age of 30, and very, very good times I had, because I had to relax and, do all those things that teenagers do to the age of 30. I just progressed my teenage years until 30, because I knew by the age of 33 I had to get to work, into my shadow work and my spirituality, everything about it, astrology, numerology, and I had to build myself up to this higher self, my higher collectiveness and higher consciousness, into the Madad. There's a lot of things going on out there, spiritually, and a lot of unawareness, which you become aware of as you're aware of who I am now. I am who I am, and I am here to help and assist and support you guys. Okay, get out of this big hole. We're in a hole at the moment. It's a big mess, isn't it? And this is all our evil government has done. And as I state, not all, don't go into the stigmas. It's not all about stigmas. It's just some, S-O-M-E, some, misbehaving and doing terrible things against humanity. And this is what we're here to do, is to rout and flush these evil ones out and bad ones out and hold them accountable for what they've done to humanity, their actions and things and stuff they've done that is pretty hideous and insidious and just terrible and horrific and gross steak on what they've done. So we are here, to catch them, because the jig is up on them, and the more masses awake, because it's a great mass awakening, and you guys know all this now. You should be rehearsing all this now, for when you see me on the podium, you should be saying, unstoppable, inevitable, irreversible, and unstoppable. It is unstoppable. And now he's arise and awake and shine and abracadabra. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. It's all about Australia for Australians. And foreigners here and whoever don't wish to be here, if you want to come out here and create chaos and anarchy and do things like you did in where you came from, well, just go back to where you came from. Go back to where you came from. Don't come over here and start upsetting the apple cart. Because I'll tell you what, you'll soon fall from the tree and we'll pick you up and kick you back where you came from. Australia is a pleasant, very nice place and everyone is welcome here in Australia, but abide by our rules. We have boundaries here in Australia, and if you don't want to abide by our rules and try and change things, well, you don't belong here. And when you don't belong here, it's time to leave. Go back to where you came from. And then, because we have mercy, we'll try and fix your country up where you came from. But we've got to fix up Australia first. And then down the track, well, in my journey, and I promise you it's not everything, but I promise you some, we'll try what we can do in where you came from, whatever country you came from. You got tyranny over there, we'll try and fix it up and dictatorship. But at the moment, we've got to get rid of the United Nations. That's fallen on its arse now anyway, because Trump has withheld $4 billion subsidies. Now, it's no good UN coming to Australia because we're giving you absolutely zero, zilch. Okay? And that's by my command. And anyone I find out later, and your names are all on paperwork and documents, all this false fiction. And trust me, I see your name on any of this false paperwork, past, present, people in authority and having responsibility will come after you and catch you. Rout you out, flush you out, and you'll be held accountable. Because you're going to pass authority yourselves. It's just a big mess out there. And as I said, if you're law-abiding citizens, you got nothing to fear. It's only the ones with this fiction laws and fiction government we got in at the moment. And it's all proof. I've got documented proof, facts, with the Habsburgs forgeries. Got busted twice. Now it's busted for the third time. And when it got busted for the third time, in 1854, I think it was, that Patriarch busted it again. How absurd and how stupid and silly that document is for forgery. And they still persisted with it. As I say, they're tricksters. They stayed there behind the scenes and rebranded everything and said you had a democracy of government when they're still pulling the strings. Sitting in their glass houses, which are being shattered as we speak, because the cabal is falling, being exposed for all it is. Just a pile of, well, black mass of destruction. And this is what they do. They dismantle everything in our Western governments, or Western worlds, Because remember, I'm a conduit and I'm an illuminator, a messenger from above, heaven, spiritual, physical, material, celestial, terrestrial. And it flows through me and connects. I connect to everything out there through all the grid lines and ley lines and so forth. and connecting and communicating with planets, the planetary systems of life and life as we know it. And this is where I get my energy from. Pluto, life, death, rebirth, transformation, reformation, reforming everything once again, and restoration, restoring everything in the natural way of nature, balancing everything out and correcting everything in the nature's ways. Well, nature law, isn't it? The law of nature. And it naturally corrects itself. And as I say, we're here to help and assist and support. And I pulse, intent, receptivity, and enchant. Enchanting the masses. Awakening you up. Cause the great mass awakening. As I say, unstoppable, inevitable, irreversible, unavoidable. Oi, oi, oi. We forge ahead because we're victorious and we are conquerors. We are conquerors. We are conquerors. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Living it and loving it. Beautiful day outside. Mother Nature can be very, very devastating if she wishes to, can't she? And the volcanoes. Remember I was speaking about the volcanoes. What was there? 150,000 volcanoes. And they're submersible ones, sub ones. Okay. Possibilities are endless. What do we have? Rise above the problems. Plenty of problems, plenty of worries, plenty of stress. But as I say, cast out all your negativity, all your toxicity, and just all the badness, your addictions, everything's got to be gone. As I do as a Destiny number 11, messenger from the Most High, illuminator, and illuminating the path of righteousness for everyone to climb on board. And it's never too late. It's never too late. Because it's it's happening now. We're sorting the poo out from the clay, aren't we? Who's evil and who's good? Who's bad and who's true? And who's false? And mainstream media, you want to start getting your act together because you're going to fall behind as you fell behind with One Nation. You don't leave it too late until, oh geez, we better tell the truth now. The golden truth, you should be telling the golden truth straight away. You should be picking up on this channel, and there must be just one independent journalist out there picking up on my energies. As I say, I do bold statements because I'm a statesman for everybody. Everybody out there. Rise and shine. Your higher selves. Your gifts. Your uniqueness. Because as I say, we're all miracles here. They should be picking up on my regency of the blood lineage now. And it's facts. Facts through the DNA. And the DNA, as I say, I'm fine. I'm fine with doing any DNA test in front of everyone. And I'm sure we're going to have it very shortly where it's just going to be like a breathalyzer or a drug tester. There'll be a DNA tester. And that will state exactly, which unaltered, it'll be unaltered, not like the fiction paperwork that they do their fiction books and fiction writing in. And as I say, the whole judiciary is a part of it, because that's why these drug lords have barristers on retainers. These barristers are on retainers of, say, something absurd like 100 grand or 200 grand a week. And as I say, all these judiciary, it's like a mate's club too. It's a mate's club. I know for a fact because people have and spoken to me throughout the years where I travelled throughout the land as who I am who I am, and saying communicating all sorts and terrible things to me. Now, I used to just think, yeah, and why are you telling me this? Because they could probably read the future than I could read the future back then, because I didn't know who I was. And especially the chief, or the petty officer when I was in recruit school. Jushaw, where's that come from? Who are you? And I'd just say, well, hey, I'm just an Aussie. I'm from Australia, born in Australia, petty officer, you know. And you say, but where's it from? Where's Jushaw from? And I didn't know. Perhaps if I knew back then, things would be different now. Who knows? But it was a journey I had to take, and no one could tell me who I was. I had to find out who I truly was through my spiritual self. And let the Holy Spirit flow in. It's a huge journey. And a lot of people just don't believe it. And a lot of people do believe it. And I'm not really fazed who does and who doesn't, because I don't have to explain myself to anyone, because it's all self-explanatory now. You go back through my channel, and I've told you everything that I've gone through. That's why YouTube is fantastic. It's a fantastic device. And my hope is in God, and honour is established through ancestry. And it's also unaltered DNA, regency of the blood lineage. That is fact. The golden truth. Anyway, I prefer to talk about you guys and helping you guys and assisting and supporting. What do we have? Family harmony, because we're one big family now, aren't we? Just a few distant ones, second cousins, third cousins, fourth, fifth, sixth cousins. And as we go back to that lineage, through me 180 generations, 180 ancestral spirits flowing freely within me now, uncorruptible. And you might as well say we're crusaders, pushing and directing the golden truth, the golden love, through divine, through the divinity, Godhead, monad. There's a lot of things out there. But once you connect with your connectiveness, your higher connectiveness, and your higher consciousness, you use it all. Whatever resources are your disposal, you use. All for the greater good, for the Most High. And as you know, God and the universe works through mysterious ways. Let's get into these teachings for today. And as I direct my mastery of everything, and teaching as a master teacher, well, I use the 11, the 22 and the 33, and frequencies on the 33 as a master teacher, and user in that learning mode. You click into your learning mode, and all the way through my channels, all has meaning and purpose, because there's a reason to everything, isn't there? As I teach, pupils, user pupils. It's like seeing is believing, isn't it? Okay. Rise above problems. Self-reliance. Rise above problems. Here we go. And the now knowing, and that's all there is to know, and I am who I am, and I'm here to help and assist and support. When you're in the middle of a problem, the solution often evades you. See your situation from a higher perspective and you may see a new way out. Humble beginnings to new beginnings. Have you been feeling frightened by a seemingly insurmountable situation? Your fears and tension may have created a negative obsession. Cast it out. Get rid of it. Where you think about the problem continually. No, you don't want to do that. Don't let things fester. Cast it out. All through your search endlessly for solutions, none seem forthcoming. And hopelessness creeps into your consciousness. Whether your situation seems big or small, this card asks you to step back for an instant so that you can better see creative solutions. Be encouraged with your creativity. And then the solutions, and then it's all resolved. We resolve it. Instead of continually working on the issue, mentally see yourself giving the problems to heaven's waiting hands. Like completely letting go for an envelope that you're mailing, surrender the issue completely, then imagine how the fairies might see your problem. How would your problem look from their perspective? Feel the sense of faith and hopelessness that they lend to you. Love, hope, faith, charity. Feel the sense of faith and hopefulness that they lend to you, which we correct. And know that these positive emotions fuel the complete resolution of the issue. Resolution of the revolution. My heart, my mind, my life, and everyone in it are perfectly at peace right now. Loving it and living it. And flowing it. Let it all flow. Let your love flow. And family harmony. Go forth, multiply, be fruitful. In a good way, not a bad way. Stay illuminating the path of righteousness through the destiny number 11 for everybody to climb on board and do our thing. And it's never too late to change. Family harmony. All in harmony and in sync with everyone because the synchronicities are flowing out. Your relationships with family members are healing as you hold loving thoughts to everyone. This is one big family. That's why we have family harmony. And anyone that doesn't want to get in harmony with us in Australia, you get the boot. You get kicked out. Simple. Get kicked out of the big group. You experience genuine harmony within your family. Every person in your life is affected by your beliefs and expectations, including your family members. By drawing this card, you are counselled to hold positive and loving thoughts about anyone who seems to have irritated or hurt you. The more love and energy you send to each person, the more love will be redirected back to you. Have patience. You are beginning to feel a great healing occurring in your family relationships. The fairies ask you to think of 3 reasons why you are grateful, and you should be grateful for being here. Grateful, everybody. I'm grateful. Gratitude and appreciation. The lucky country. Start loving it and living it. The fairies ask you to think of 3 reasons why you're grateful for each members of your family. If one person seems particularly frustrate you, think of 5 reasons why that person is worthy of love. Send blessings and prayers to that person. And your relationship will show immediate signs of improvement. I think you have to be born in one's country to even think about being a member of Parliament. I see the goodness within each member of my family. My family life is harmonious and filled with love and joy. Love and joy. Love and joy. Yes, well, here we are. Another day in and another day out, flowing with unconditional divine love to each and every one of yous. And go with the flow. Just go with the flow. Nature is correcting itself naturally as we speak, in the now and present. We live in the now and present. The moment of the presence. Any question you want to ask now. The Knight of Pentacles just flew out. Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. We'll just tap on that card just in case there's any negative energy flowing out, but there should not be, because just my sheer presence now will push away all that negativity, all the toxicity, all the bad entities. They're not wanted around my presence, and they shall run from my presence. Maybe time for rest, but there's plenty of swords up here to grab for the right moments, the right moment of the present. The 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles. Number four, so the 4 of Swords, the 4 of Swords. The 4 swords of righteousness, because I am illuminating the path of righteousness for everyone to climb on board. It's never too late to change with this transitional transformation, which is unstoppable, it's unavoidable, you cannot avoid it whatsoever. That's why you go with the flow, or you'll just stay with those lower energies. We're up in the higher energies, higher vibrations and higher frequencies in your higher collectiveness and your higher consciousness. And we've begun a while ago now, haven't we? Because the Wheel of Fortune just keeps on popping out. The Wheel of Fortune, the Wheel of Fortune, the Wheel of Fortune. And astrologers now, once you get onto my channel, you'll know my frequencies. You can see the synchronicities now going around the cards, doing their astrology for Scorpio. And the Book of Revelations, Very, very good. And I hope my teachings and the frequency and the master number 33 flow out to each and every one of yous as listeners to be taught as new learners. And the old learners there absolutely know what's going on. Absolutely. These fiction laws and fiction books, fiction judiciaries, they're all a part of the problem, aren't they? So we resolve the problems. The King of Cups, emotionally balanced. This is what it's all about. Balance, centering and grounding yourself. And there is no left or no right. It's another, as I said, it's another stupid tactic they use for generations now to divide the populace. Got to wake up to that, because it's a great mass awakening. Unstoppable, inevitable, irreversible, unavoidable. Awake, rise and shine. Abracadabra. Everybody's on illuminating the path of righteousness. And 22 being the master builder and laying the foundations again from the ground up. As I said, if this evil government, and not all but some in that government, wanted to fix things, it would have been fixed eons ago. They're all about destroying and dismantling things. And it's facts now. It's facts. Through the Lima Agreement, Lima, and they also done that Paris Agreement with that net zero. It's crippling us. It's making the country bankrupt. We should be a thriving country. That's why it's a threshold moment. It's on the tipping point, turning point, because there's going to be much transparency of righteousness, and it's going to be uncorruptible. And anyone found being corrupted through briberies, under the table, all that kind of bull dust that's happening at this moment in the presence, will be severely punished. Especially when you're ripping from the public purse, stealing from the public purse. Have none of that, because us taxpayers have worked very hard. Not like the PMs and most of them that have gone through, as I said, university, going to the young Labor or young Liberals. And that's all they know. They've just been, well, they've been that's what I mean. It's not their fault too. They've been doctrinated through the young Liberals and the young Labor parties, organisations. They're organisations. They're like corporatisations. Just organisations of evil. Not all, but some. And some try and change those evil ways, but they weren't strong enough. We're strong enough now because we're legion. We are many. And we have the celestial, terrestrial backing and the backing of the Most High in the Most High graciousness and favours. Divine timing, divine intervention. It's a happening thing. Because we're in that process of the transitional transformation. And I am capable of making big things happen through master numbers 11, 22, 33. And it's unstoppable, inevitable, irreversible, unavoidable. Get with the program. Get with the program. And we actualise action everywhere through the planet Mars. Planet Mars, action, art of war, Jupiter. And it's like, yes, one big excursion. I haven't said that word before for a while, since we last programs. We've gone a few programs because we've gone stages and levels and phases up. So don't say that excursion, but it is. It's just like one big excursion, school excursion. And I try and keep the easiness of learning as I possibly can through my abilities and capabilities. My gifts, my unique gifts and traits. To bring you all up into your higher selves. Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is a yes. It's a yes, by the way, peoples. It resonates. Resonating with everything in harmony and in rhythm. Rhythm with everything. Pulsing, intent, receptivity, enchanting. Loving it and living it. Hard work. Productivity, routine, conservation, efficiency, responsibility. Much responsibility. Third deacon, Aries. Second deacon, Taurus. It's an air and an earth card. Into battle. Because we're victorious. Many victories. Victorious. Because we are conquerors. And we just have a maybe lay down, have a rest. Collect all your energies again, like a battery, recharge with those energies. These are all tapping into now. If you listen to my instructions and directions and by my command, everything's hunky-dory. Just all those energies, just tap into all those energies and your traits and your unique gifts and your self of authenticity. Authenticity. And flows through your DNA, the strands. I think you got about 12 or 13 strands or untapped strands in that DNA, which will be opening very shortly. Upgrades. It's like a computer, I guess. In the same kind of context as a computer, upgrades. We get upgrades throughout the universe. As I said, the patterns and the grid lines that are invisible to the naked eye. So we go in this 4. Air, third decan, Libra. Form, completeness, foundations, progress, power, stability. And as I said, with this evil government, not all but some, stigma. Don't get caught in the stigma of things, because everyone's different, unique, and there might be our plants in there too. Well, you got those double spies, haven't you? Double spies. They work in with the good and the bad and report to the good and bad, everything that's going on. Don't know how they quite work and live with themselves, but they do. And, they tell us a lot of, intelligence, what's happening in that vast network, which is VAST, of that evilness. Yes, transgressional too, can it be? Transgressional. And now we have the 10 of Pentacles, Earth, third decan, Virgo. Ultimate completion, the ultimate completion. Final manifestation, result of true will, recognition, continuation, realization, endings. When you come to that self-realization, part of your reprogramming, re-education, and refreshing and remembering who you truly are through your authentic selves. Ultimate, completion, final, manifestation, result of true will, recognition again, and realization, self-realization. Remember, civilization, stabilization, and beautifulization. Wealth, financial security, family, long-term success and contribution. And this is what we've done all our lives and past lives. Securing the borders, securing the route of righteousness for the pilgrims. Securing it and making you feel protected, and you are protected. And you got the unconditional divine love flowing out from the heart chakra. As I say, all my chakras are receiving and transmitting big time now, because I'm capable of making big things happening. And I know and you know, and that's all there is to know, because you're in the knowing now. Wheel of Fortune, good luck, karma, life cycles, destiny, turning point, destiny number 11, illuminating the path of righteousness. Everybody can climb on board. Never too late, never too late. Never too late to change. Just like a butterfly. Good luck, karma, life cycles, or the lotus, or the caterpillar. Destiny, turning point, or what about the cicada? Change, inevitable fate and destiny. Go with the flow, go with the flow. Ups and downs and being predictable now. Everything is predictable. Okay, so we've just got to reverse all this badness. And this is what I was saying. If the government, and remember, they're not all, but some, S-O-M-E, is bad and evil and doing terrible things. We've got to get rid of them, ASAP. And as I said, all through the government, what I see through the 80s, as I said, the Lima Paris Agreement, and not only that, selling our wealth off. Our Commonwealth Bank, what price do you put on a Commonwealth Bank, and how dare they sell a public utility? It was the public's asset. We, as the public, were the shareholders. They had no right. It should have went to a vote. They had no right. And I tell you, all these hands are on signatures. Hands have done those signatures are on those forged documents. Because it's forgery. They should never have sold that. The Commonwealth Bank. As I said, that Commonwealth Bank is pulling the profit in now of probably what they sold it for. Doesn't add up, does it? And not only that, how many of them bought shares in it way before this moment of the presence in the now? They're vultures. They're hyenas. They're scavengers. They're parasites. Stealing wealth and extracting the wealth off the masses. For what? Their own stupid ill gains. I don't know. I just don't get it. And now Elon Musk is supposed to have, $1 trillion. Well, what good is that? I reckon they've all been cursed. Anyone with that kind of insane or insanity having accumulated that much wealth, and I've seen it put people losing their sanity with wealth. You've got to have the right nous and do the right things with that kind of wealth. Otherwise, you're just going to, look at that wealth every day. You look at that wealth every day. I've got 200 billion. There is people starving in other countries. And what was it? Elon Musk, going back to his $1 trillion, he's got enough wealth. He's got more wealth than 170 countries. Well, why isn't he putting that wealth in Ethiopia and putting in a force to be reckoned with to clean the whole mess up over there? All through those African countries, which has always got dictatorship or tyranny, or it's just bad stuff happening over there. Why don't we clean those countries up? If he's got that much wealth, it doesn't add up. Doesn't make sense. They're not thinking logically, and that's why I'm here to sort all this anarchy out. It's just seeing things that you don't see. Fair dinkum. It does get hard and tough sometimes, but I'm programmed to handle all this kind of stuff. And I just see, I'm amused at it all in a sort of bad way, but I know I can clean it all up. I know I've got the wisdom and knowledge now, the ancient and sacred knowledge and wisdom to do that through the ancestral regency of the blood lineage. And it's a great thing. And I'm loving it and living it. Emotionally balanced. I think one of them else was emotionally balanced. Read this one again. Okay, so multiply this one, center, balance and ground yourselves. Emotionally balanced, compassion, diplomatic, control, balance, supportive leader, assist and help. Tolerance, heaps of tolerance to a certain extent. And empathy. Stepping in one's shoes to know what they're going through. Especially the homeless ones, can't feed themselves. I see it every day through the YouTube channels. And those earth ships they do over in New Mexico, look that one up, the earth ships over in New Mexico, that's the way to go. That is the way to go. Build houses out of recyclable materials. And they've done it. They've proved that you can do it. And those sustainable houses will be here for donkey's years to come. They're going to be around more than these houses we're building now in the 21st century, because I see people knocking 30-year-old houses down to build their mansions again. And what do you want a mansion for? What do you want a mansion for? When there's only two of yous, 2-bedroom house, 3-bedroom house is enough. It's plenty. Have a guest room, have a study, have your main bedroom, and your family room, have a media room if you wish. But having these billions of dollars and trillions of dollars, it's gonna be a big shock and wake up for those ones that have this kind of wealth, because, as I say, it's a big transformation, big shift in your higher consciousness. And at this stage, yeah, for some, not all, some are entrepreneurs and doing the right thing with that wealth, but some are just accumulating it and looking at what you've got every day. That is a sickness in itself. That is a sickness, and it becomes an addiction. And you don't know where and what's going to come at you and who around you is going to take that wealth off you. And I've seen it now over the years in all these mansions now, because the ones with the wealth are in the afterlife. They're in the afterlife. And the afterlife isn't going to be too healthy for you guys, because you're going to go to hell, to Hades, unless you've done something good with that, the monies, currency. They should be doing something good with it now. So, as I said, I only think logically, if that kind of money, you pick everyone up, you know, they say, oh, equality, bullshit. It's not. If you've got that much wealth, if you've got $1 trillion, there is something wrong in today's society as far as I'm concerned. Because I see things a lot of people don't see, and there's a lot of good and there's a lot of bad. But as I said, balance the scales. There is no left, there is no right. You balance the scales, so everything is corrected and balanced the right way. Everything's unbalanced. That's why they say the scales of justice, well, completely unbalanced. It's for the wealthy. How much money you've got is how much justice you have. How much less money you've got on the poor side of things, well, that's how much injustice you have. It's bad. It's bad. But I'm here to fix it. Order out of chaos. And that's through me traits, unique gifts, my rebirths throughout countless generations now, and uncorruptible or incorruptible. You cannot corrupt our family, because we're here for higher purposes. Name of the Father, the Son, and Holy Ghost. Amen. Take care out there. Stay safe. 4-T, a sanctuary, pursuit of truth, and the golden truth, the golden light flowing everything and everyone around us. The solar white wizard, that's the Mayan, through their astrology and their calendars. Jaguar, prancing around in that darkness, routing and flushing out all this evilness. All right, populace, you beautiful, beautiful people out there, come up to Godspeed, get with the program, and forging ahead as we are with the synchronicities, symbols and signs, and it's for a good purpose. These are good reasons. The golden truth. God and the universe works in mysterious ways. The great mass awakening, unstoppable, inevitable, irreversible, unavoidable. That's better. That's better. First one wasn't. 3 clicks. Clickety click, here we go. Okay? Arise and shine and abracadabra. And it's bye for now.